Hey guys, Aaron Teal here, and I'm standing in front of the new flagship multi-species platform from Vexus Boats. This is the ADX200. It's 20 feet, 2 inches, 96-inch beam, rated for a 250, and it's perfect for family fun and lasting memories on the water. Let's take a closer look. Now there's a lot of things that make Vexus boats truly special, but in the aluminum segment, one of the most differentiating factors on the ADX series is the stepped hull underneath. So what you're going to notice here is it's got a true pad bottom, much like a fiberglass boat, just like they're running in those DVX series. And then you're going to have steps that actually go, up and have notches in them. That's going to allow this boat to turn and ride a lot better than most other aluminum boats on the market. In fact, a lot of other aluminum boats are simply still running a standard radius hull, and when you get in rough water or you get into those turns, there's not as much to break the waves, and you end up feeling that, in your back. And Vexus, with this stepped hull, has taken all of that away, allowing for a more comfortable, safe, and awesome driving experience in this boat. But on the back here, they build this transom extra beefy. What does that mean? You've got 5 1/4-inch braced aluminum bracing on this transom, so it can take shallow water anchors right on the transom here without voiding the warranty, as well as your jack plates and 250 horse Mercury engine. So that's a little bit of that, but they're running a good dead rise, and they're bringing that keel all the way to the front of this boat. So when you get in the rough stuff, that's gonna take most of that absorption away from you, and then those reverse chines are going to knock that spray away. But this boat's tough not to look at with how beautiful it is. One other thing Vexus does is they incorporate stretch form gunnels into the side of the boat, so you're not going to notice rivets, welds, and just keeps that sleek, sexy look like a boat should look, right? So not only is this a great boat, but probably one of the most overlooked aspects to any boat purchase is the trailer. And Vexus is the only aluminum boat brand I'm aware of that's making their own trailers in-house. So the trailer's built to match the boat, boat's built to match the trailer. What a concept. Not only that, they're making some good trailers. So this is a C-channel trailer with road armor, UV protective paint. Nice little matching badge to match the boat. It's a bunk trailer, tandem axle standard, everything's built to match. And the trailer is built to last as long as the boat, which is built to last as long as the windshield, which is built to last as long as you want to go fishing. Stepping into the cockpit here, first thing you're going to notice comes standard with a ski tow bar. But the second thing you're going to notice is just how much space is in here. So you've got up to 6 seats in this boat, along with this jump seat configuration in the back. So compared to most jump seat configurations, this one's built to last a lifetime. Why? They make it in-house out of fiberglass. So these are all fiberglass jump seats. Very convenient how they open and close. So you've got coolers and storage underneath. You've got this nice EVA above it that's going to dry quickly, and plenty of legroom here in this spot. And then you get up into the cockpit here, all of these seats, you've got plenty of legroom. I'm 6'3", I've got long legs, and I've got quite a bit of room between me and this driver's seat here. So there's plenty of room in this boat, whether you're fishing, tubing, skiing, or just out tootling with the family. This boat's got the space to accommodate all of you. Another thing I wanted to note is just how convenient the battery storage is in this boat. That's something that's overlooked on most boats, especially when you're purchasing it. And usually the trolling motor batteries, you got to pull 15 rods out to get to them. So love that Vexus put this spot right here for those trolling motor batteries. They can do a 24 or 36 volt, but it's right in the floor here. So you don't got to take out all your rods to get to your batteries if you need to. And then the cranking battery right back here. But we're gonna hop up to the cockpit here. It's truly a special special thing on this Vexus because they don't cut corners. When you hop in a Vexus, you're gonna notice some of those little details that you maybe miss on another boat, but you're not gonna see plastic in this boat is the main thing. I mean, these boats cost money and they want your investment to last a lifetime. So you're not gonna see plastic trim, little cheap pieces around the boat. They truly build everything to last. And what that does is it creates a very solid experience when you're driving the boat. So you're not gonna feel a lot of vibration just due to how robust this console series is, not to mention they fill this boat full of foam, dampens a lot of the sound, makes it feel like you're driving a dang Cadillac. But wouldn't be a big multi-species boat built for big water without a big multi-species windshield. Now, I did want to note that there's a flush mounted graph in this boat, which is not very common on a multi-species platform, but what's really not common is a windshield that's designed to last as long as the boat. So what you get with a Vexus is the most robust windshield built to last a lifetime. You can do dips off this thing. They're not pull-ups, I was told that. And easy open, easy close with this windshield. So they've got good bracing here. And the reason this windshield's so robust is a lot of times, a lot of companies, they'll actually fasten these windshields to a console, which are fastened to the boat. But when you look on a Vexus, you're gonna notice a T structure here. And that windshield is fastened to the boat, not to the console. Simply one bracing to the console there, but this thing is the most robust, best built windshield on the market. Fishing space up front, plenty of it. They carry the beam forward in this boat, so that means bringing that width further towards the front, so that when Junior hooks his first big one, you're there to net it for him and take a picture of that first big one he caught. But it gives you plenty of room. A lot of times when we're out fishing, you know, the wind might be blowing, which means sometimes two people need to stand up here. So I love that they carried this width forward, and you're gonna notice no carpet on the floor of this boat. So what's that gonna do? That's gonna dry quick. That's gonna be easy to keep clean, and it's gonna last a lot longer. The sun's not gonna fade it and weather it as soon as carpet, bringing your investment further on down the line, which is why we choose Vexus boats. If you're looking for storage, the ADX200, it's got a lot of it, including these secret compartments under the driver and passenger consoles. It's got a little spot you can put a trash bag there. It can fit your secret 3700s. All the finer things. The glove box here is spacious and spacious. Little cup holder there and a cubby hole. Massive rod locker here. I could fit a lot of Veselka Fishing and Customs in the middle of this rod box. And you're gonna notice these are aluminum lids that are braced and painted, so they look nice and they're not gonna flex, and there's nothing to rot in a Vexus boat. Coming up to the front here, you've got more storage, and a Livewell / bait well / cooler if you want to use it for that, but that'll fit a bunch of crappies, that's for sure. And then these are compression latches, so you're going to notice rubber seals around these lids and channels. So that's something we're not seeing in most aluminum boats. So that's going to keep the water and moisture out of here, protecting your investment, keeping your hooks from getting rusty. And then when you close these lids, these compression latches actually push the lid down onto that seal, keeping a watertight seal for years to come. And then we've got that wide front deck here. This boat comes with 2 Humminbird Explorer 10 units. So you've got 2 touchscreen displays. This one's gimbal mounted right to this aluminum plate up here. You're gonna notice all of that trim on a Vexus is built to last. It's aluminum trim here. And then we've got the Minn Kota Ultrix on this boat. So this thing's loaded and ready to fish. And you've got some extra tool holders up here. Aluminum for that as well. So if you need to unhook one that swallows your jig or something, you can grab your pliers, get to it quick. And then if you needed to strap some rods down on this front deck, a lot of times with a full windshield, you can't do that with your tips banging into stuff. So they actually put a little spot for your rod tips so that you can, you know, strap the rods down and keep them on the front deck all day. But ultimately, this is a platform that's spacious, built to last a lifetime, and it's got plenty of room for you, the family, your friends, to enjoy all those activities you love to do on the water. I almost forgot. It's got a pivoting trailer step. It's nothing more annoying than climbing in and out of a boat with this thing. It's super easy, but if you need to take a sharp right turn, it pivots so that you don't accidentally ding your tail light, keeping you safe down the road and protecting your truck and your boat and your ankles. All right, so we just got a peek at this vessel. Now I think it's time to take it out on the water. All right, we just got this ADX200 out on the water. Initially, I did some turns. This thing turns amazing. I hit some boat wakes with it. Rides awesome. And now we're gonna get some performance numbers both on the whole shot, mid-range, and top end for you guys. Let's take her for a rip.
Ready, buddy.
2-second hole shot. Like, acceleration is now. It'll pull you right back out of your seat. And this is something we talk about with Vexus, but it's something that is overlooked on most boats. I'm gonna bring this down to a really easy cruising speed. And I've got this boat on plane at 21 miles an hour. And there's no porpoise. This boat is perfectly balanced. And I can have a conversation with wife, girlfriend, fishing buddy, kids, and yell at them for misbehaving. Whatever you need to do, this boat can perform at all speeds. Now let's check out the top end. Approaching 60 miles an hour. And it is just buttery smooth, this ride, but and we just hit 60 miles an hour. We're at about 5,800 RPM. Never flew an airplane before, but I feel like I was just driving an airplane. This thing is awesome. Mid-range speed, like we said, we can keep this boat on plane and hold it at 21 miles an hour. Not a lot of boats in this segment that can do that. And then B, we hit 60 miles an hour. So 5,800 RPM. I've got an analog gauge here. And right at 60 miles an hour. So my guess is you put a load in, you put a bunch of people, this is gonna be a mid to high 50s boat, loaded down, and in those colder temperatures, colder months, just you, quarter tank of fuel, I think this is a low 60s boat. A couple features I forgot to mention. There's a built-in boarding ladder on this boat. What's awesome is it's a stainless ladder. You got your power switch there, but there's a nice cover for it, because if you're a klutz like me, you're gonna stub your toe on that ladder. Not anymore. We've got a big old Livewell in this boat. Pump in, pump out, recirc with an oxygenator. We've got those braced painted aluminum lids and a splash well. Keep your fish alive all day. And if you weren't wondering, we've got an 11-foot 6-inch rod locker in the side of this boat. So if you got a big trolling rod or something that doesn't fit in another boat, good news is this side locker here will fit the longest rods possible, maybe a couple toddlers. And then you got a nice cubby hole over here. If you've got planer boards, if you got you know, little life jackets, things like that, towels, they fit nicely in there. And then another stainless tool holder. You're gonna notice lots of little things around this boat. It's full of them, and there isn't an inch that isn't well thought out. So yeah, weather today, we've got, you know, mid 70s air temp, super humid, and light winds. So we've got probably 0 to 5 mile an hour wind, very humid, and mid 70s. What does that mean? It's probably not the best day to get the most out of this boat, but it's certainly a beautiful day to be on the water. We're gonna see how this boat turns. We just saw a whole shot mid-range, and as you can see, I'm starting on a turn, and it does what the heck you tell it to do. This boat, you'll feel safe, you'll feel in control. And it'll do turns at all speeds. And it just grabs, there's no sliding out. And like we were talking with that V hull, that stepped hull, that's really where the magic is in this performance. So that stepped hull allows this boat to lift, and those chines underneath allow this boat to turn. And I'm gonna try not to throw the cameraman out of the boat right now, but this is a hairpin, baby. Wow. I'm not that good at cursive, but I think we just made an L. On our cursive O's here. Wow. That's amazing, dude.
Give us a good recap.
Wow. Wow. 60 mile an hour rig, 2-second hole shot, mid-range cruising speed like butter, turns on a dime, and super fun to drive. This boat is spacious, ready for the whole family, ready to fish for anything you want to fish for. It's even got a ski tow bar ready to go. But product's only as good as the dealership that stands behind it. Vexus Boats, they've got a great story, and Intune Marine is one of the best stories in the marine industry. So stop on out to Intune Marine, check out the ADX200 from Vexus Boats. I'm Aaron Teal, and we'll see you at the lake.